whenever you are reading the word portrait and scape here, please forget what you have been thinking about these words, because previously portrait means compulsory you have to click a animal or a person, so there has to be a face in the photograph, right? But it's not the case. And even in the scape, generally when we think about the scape, it's always like landscape or skyscape, something very big, wide and vast. But again, you have to forget about these definitions now. I'm assuming you guys are interested in photography, so now you have to redefine these words. So let's go to the next slide for close-up portraits. Yeah, next one, close-up portrait. Okay, fine. So no, close-up portrait, the car one. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Okay, so now I have selected the images from the photography club only. So these are not my images, because as I said, most of my images are from DSLRs, and it doesn't make sense that I'm showing you that images and you are capturing through mobiles. So close-up portrait is any type of photograph in which maximum area of your photograph is covered by your subject. Okay, so like in this, if you see this model of a Mercedes, so it covers almost the entire frame. There's hardly anything else that you can see. So this is called as a close-up portrait, in which there is nothing else to see. You have to show only your subject and little bit of around, that's it. So these are quite easy to capture, but there are definitely some tips and tricks to capture these close-up portraits that I'll share later. First, let's go through the type of photograph we can take. Next. Okay, now this is the type where you can literally play in your photography. You can have very interesting compositions, very interesting stories. We call this type of photograph is environmental portrait. So now what does the environmental portrait mean is you see the subject, but there is some additional information along with it. Okay, so right in this first photograph, I'm looking at a hand which is writing something. But now there is additional area of paper included in which I can see some writing. So this is additional information about my subject. So it's not only the photograph of a hand, it's the hand that is writing something. So in environmental portraits, we add some part of the area around your subject, which gives you information about that subject. So like in this bicycle photograph. So if I want to capture close-up portrait, I won't include this alley and everything. So it will be just the bike, but it won't give me any extra information about the bike. Right now, what I am thinking is कि ये कहाँ सुनसान जगह पे लगाई है bike or somewhere behind the building. So I'm getting the area, understanding about the environment, the area around that subject. So this is a really interesting thing where we can play with the compositions. So this is my personal favorite, environmental portrait, because close-up portrait, to be very frank, it's not very difficult. You just have to show the subject. That's it. Anyone can do it. But here you can be a different person. You can be a different photographer than the rest of the team or rest of the guys. So what area you're including? Is that area giving anything extra information? Because see, taking a photograph and then writing about it doesn't make any sense, right? We have to tell our story through the photograph only. So add something that will give information about your subject. Next. Now the scape. If you see the previous, if you remember the previous images, it was about something. It was about the hand. It was about the bike, the way it's parked. But so there was one thing that is more important, and the less other things were giving something about the subject. But the scapes are the images where everything is equally important. It can be anything, like the window and the wall. So in this image, everything is equally important. So I am liking the wall also, the window is also nice, the color contrast is good. So I can't make out that this is my subject. So everything is equally important, like this keyboard image. So as I said, again, scape doesn't always mean a landscape or a skyscape or anything that is very big. So basically it's a type of photograph where everything in the photograph is equally important. So in this keyboard image, I can't tell you that D key is the more important one, like the bicycle one. वहाँ पे bicycle ज़्यादा important थी. And the other area was telling me something about that bicycle. But in these scapes, everything is equally important. Okay, next. So this is actually going further with the close-up portrait. So just capture a small area of the subject. That is more than enough to show the close details of the subject. So we can consider this as a type of close-up portrait only. Same things, most of the area is covered by your subject, hardly anything else you can see in the frame. But definitely the textures and the close details are more important in this one. Next. Okay. So now while shooting, so now these are all are random tips and tricks or guidelines, you can say. These are not at all like rules like in mathematics or something. So these are the guidelines you can follow to make your photograph better. How to use them, where to use them is completely your choice. So I'm just telling you some things that can help you for the next round. So while capturing, we always have options to capture our subject from different angles. It might be a normal angle where you're standing just normally, like you stand and taking the photo. You can go at the top of the subject, or you can go to the low angle, like in this watch photograph. So the low angle, it always enhances your foreground. Now, what this foreground mean is, foreground is anything that is closest to your lens. Maybe it's a mobile camera lens or DSLR lens, doesn't matter. So anything that is closer to your lens, it becomes very large and very dominant in your frame. So now in this watch photograph, if I have kept my watch, somewhere behind, this grass would have been dominated the image. So I don't know who captured this, but it's a really good photograph. So this guy kept the watch in the foreground and went for a low angle. So it is dominating the image. So right away when I see the image, I can see this is about the watch. I don't get confused that कि इसमें क्या देखना है, ये building का photo है या इसका photo है, grass का photo है. I definitely see this is a watch image. So it's a beautiful thing to capture, and low angle definitely helps you to let your subject dominate the image.